This is the biggest example why you should not take really the smoke screen for real, you know, what customers usually put out. Alright, good morning, another day in paradise. So I just got out of a customer's house, and this is the biggest example why you should not take really the smoke screen for real, you know, what customers usually put out. So just in case you don't know me yet, so my name is Mick. I'm in home improvement sales. I'm just sharing my stories with you, just in case you're interested. Hopefully, you know, my videos give you a little help there when it comes to sales. So what I do is I'm selling home improvement for forever. I'm in sales for the last 35 years, I guess. Old dude. And I also saw that within the last couple of years, sales really evolved a little bit. It's not, you know, the cookie cutter stuff anymore, how it was a long time ago with objection handling and all that. So it's a little bit different, but better. So I like it a little bit more now. But anyway, so the reason I'm making this video is just because it was so obvious that the customer in the end, when we talked about numbers, he loved the product, by the way, and then he wanted to pause it. He wanted to say, yeah, you know what, I give you a call next year. So it's December now, and he said, I give you a call next year, I just need to, you know, budget and whatnot. But he already said that the monthly payment of $300 would, you know, fit, or $350 would fit his budget. So that was all good. But then he, you know, wanted to kind of like weasel his way out a little bit, I guess. But so I then was asking him, you know, if the financing, the finances, the budget, however you want to call it, was the only thing hindering him, or was there anything else? And then he said, no, it's really just about that. He really wants to see, but $350 is okay. He can swing that, but he just wants to sit down and think about it. So that's a typical objection. I got to think about it. So obviously I missed maybe something throughout the presentation, that I was not able to prevent that objection from coming up in the first place, but it does come up once in a while. So that was the case. So I then again talked with him about that, if it's just that or anything else. He said, no, just that. And then I showed him a couple of options to, or I was asking him, you know, like, would it help him if we postpone the whole thing? He said, yep, that would be great. I said, okay. Now, if he wants to help me in return, and if it's really just the numbers, I show him a way how to get this year's pricing and, you know, not to wait for next year's pricing, jump on board now, but we can, you know, figure all that out with finances later on. You know, like no money down, and he can pay next year in the summertime if he so desires. So he was open to that. So I said, you know, like, how about for an additional discount? You know, can we make this happen now while I'm here? That helps us out, and with an additional discount, hopefully it helps you out. And he said, yeah, let's hear it. So I gave him another $3,000 toward $3,000 discount. And so that's, by the way, just on a side note, really important that you don't play all your cards right from the get-go. Don't drop to the lowest price right then and there. From the get-go, I mean. So you want to have that in check for these discussions, like, hey, you know what, let's do it now, and I make this maybe a little bit sweeter by dropping the price a little bit. Would that help you? And he said, yeah, what you got? So I explained to him, first of all, that when we place the order now, we can do it with zero money down, and then after we install, a month later, the first monthly payment would be due of the $350. And then he also, instead of, you know, now it's December, so we would install in January. So February would be the first payment, but if that's too early, he can postpone the installation for a couple of months. And he said, oh yeah, that's good, that's interesting. I said, you know, how about June? Would that help you out? So you get all the prices from now, but with an additional discount, but then we don't have a first payment until June. And he said, yeah, that would be good. Okay. So then I showed him that. And also I was able to give him another $3,000 discount, and I made it contingent on something in return, which means we place the order now while I'm here, but also I was asking, would it be okay for you if we place a sign in the yard for an additional discount? So, oh, yeah. And some people say, oh, put a whole banner there if you want for an additional discount. So I always want to make sure that the customer gives me something in return. You don't just want to give them a discount, because then it could be also like, why was he holding up back on that, right? Why didn't he drop the price not right away? So you want to have them to do something in return to earn that discount. So then, needless to say, I got him on board. He's super happy. And then guess what? In the end, when I was leaving, and I was reiterating with that, that we install them whenever he's ready, and the earliest would be in about 8 to 10 weeks, roughly January. He said, you know what? You guys can just come then in January and install. What does it tell you? It was all smoke and mirrors. So basically, psychologically, he was on board with everything, but he was afraid to make a decision. So we have to, within a conversation, we have to make sure that we take that, pressure away to figure out, ask more questions, why they want to postpone it, So, and again, we can talk about that in another video, but that's super important to not take the no and leave and you didn't make any money. I'm on full commission. So this was round about almost $4,000 on commission for me. Well, that feeds the family, right? So you want to make some money. But again, if you have a product you really stand behind and you do the right thing for the customer, you earned your $4,000. You did a good job. So again, help the customer out, help them out by lowering the guard and by helping them not to feel afraid anymore of a big decision, because look, they want to do that home improvement project anyways. They put it off for years. It's becoming more urgent every year they wait. So let's get this done, right? So our job as a good closer is really to help them out to make the good decision for them. Money comes on its own. Dude, we make so much money, it doesn't even matter, right? So don't chase the money. Chase the helping the customer. Be the helpful joint between the problem they have and the solution they're looking for. You help them find that. All right? All right, guys. Good luck out there. Keep rolling.